What if every dog we see were put here just for you and me, but not to satisfy our needs, instead to test our ways and deeds? Encounters that we thought were chance were predetermined in advance, and how we acted at those moments served to judge our soul's components. For something somewhere needs to know, and it decides where souls will go. I know it's hard to comprehend my scenario of man's best friend, that in the end will seal our fate and make some hope it's not too late, while others would be glad to hear this news that brings some people fear. If how we treat a dog in need determines where we go indeed, then those who shared their hearts shall go to Rainbow Bridge, their dog in tow. J. Allen Brandt, the Pitbull Poet.
Hello, hello, hello once again. Welcome to Conversations with a Pitbull Live. I am Foster Corder.
Hey, what's up? It's Danny Mason.
And here we are. We want to say first, okay, so we wanted to just get that out the way because, you know, this show is all about changing the human-animal interaction and relationship. We're the only show, I think, on the web that does that, and probably on TV, at least for free, you know. And the situation, you know, in Nigeria with the girls, man, and you guys know the name of my company is Daughters to Feed Films. So, you know, girls and the way that the world deals with women and girls and what girls and women have to deal with in the world that we live in this man's world, I guess I could say, you know, honestly, you know, has always been an issue for me. And to hear about that thing in Nigeria, you know, just kidnapping 200 and something, you know, little girls is insane. They're talking about selling them $13. And all I have to say is, Mr. Obama, I hope that there's a what is that, drone in my man's future, okay? So getting right to the show today, thank you for coming back. Last week, we got a lot of responses about the show. Thanks, guys. We had a good time. To start off, I want to say, don't forget about Snood. Snood, our bear in Germany. And happy Mother's Day, okay? Because, you know, that's this weekend, and, you know, all you moms out there and all you soon-to-be moms, you know, keep doing it. You know, where would we be without you, right? And, you know, my mom's not here with us anymore, but I'm sure she's watching up above and sending down all those great Pitbull blessings. You know, other thing we want to say is congratulations to Rebecca Corey and the Million Pitbull March. Yeah. Okay. Hey, you pulled it off, baby. That was wonderful. It's one more, you know, big slug against the whole BSL. And I saw all the pictures and video from it. And I was on Fred Cray's show the other day. And, you know, the word coming back and the feedback, it was just a wonderful time. And, you know, several thousand people turned out to support her effort. And so congratulations on that. The other thing is that there is a post, and I don't want anybody sharing it on Facebook, that some idiot guy, hateful man, put up an event about adopt a pit bull and take it to the shelter and have it killed. You know, some and. Yeah, just I don't know the person, but you know, you guys can find it, but don't share it. You know, if you want to say something to it, I reported it to Facebook about as hate speech. You know, because it's really, really ridiculous. But you know, and I figure anybody who's wasting their time talking about killing animals and doing something stupid like that, he hasn't got a life. And I doubt if he'll be adopting a dog from the shelter and taking it to be euthanized, because both of those cost a little bit of money. And I don't think that he's going to spend that moonshine money on trying to go and adopt a dog and pay $60 to have a dog put down. So anyway, moving on from that, we've got a couple of guests with us that's going to Skype in today. That's really exciting. One, Lobo King from Australia. This guy is an artist, and he does a lot of animal paintings and wonderful just art that you guys will see. And we've got Vernon Taylor from Indiana. I have no memory, as you guys know. Indiana, he's the Indiana Dog Whisperer, is what they call him. So we got to check, he's doing some wonderful things. And in studio with us today, we have Rebecca from Rebecca's Animal Rescue Enterprises. And it's the first time in the studio with us that she's been here. So welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And she's got two wonderful dogs. What's their names?
This is Duchess,
Okay.
and this little one is Aurora.
Aurora.
There we go.
Hey, Aurora, and that's Duchess hanging out over in the back. How you guys doing?
We're well today. Yeah. Yeah, she wants to come near you.
That's right. 'Cause I don't blame her. All those girls want to come to me.
Yeah.
I'm used to it,
They are very loving dogs that came from high abuse.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we want to talk about them. Are they up for adoption?
Duchess is my dog, so no, she's not. But this little one, Aurora, she is up for adoption.
Oh, great. All right. Well, we try to find Aurora a home because, it's a lot of homes out there for wonderful, loving pit bulls. So, Danny, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Just getting ready for Mother's Day. My mom flew in town from Nashville, so you always have to give love for the people that gave you life. You know what I mean? And,
That's right.
just excited about that, and there's always something to celebrate in the midst of all the craziness that's going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
my
like
God.
don't let those crazy Nigerian kidnappers get you down. Don't let these chumps on the internet that are bashing dogs and people that you see doing evil things get you down. There's always something to be happy about and something to celebrate. So, keep your spirits up and keep on pushing.
That's right. And on that note, it's one thing that I must do. It's a family thing. My niece, she released her record today. Yay.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, and she's in Atlanta. So you guys can go to, let me make sure I get this right. It is Bridget Ramsey, and that's S-E-Y, Ramsey, music.com, BridgetRamseyMusic.com. So give her a click and go there and listen to it, and you like it, download it, because that's the baby's first song. And she's just been a musical prodigy all her life, man. She's a wonderful girl, and that's the difference in the country and living so far apart. I don't get to see her that often, but I've been following her career, and she's been really keeping her nose to the grindstone. So she managed to get that record finished. So congratulations, my dear, and we send you love. Okay, so Chris says let's go to you. Do we need to go to a commercial, or we want to go to Vernon? All right, let's bring Vernon up. All right, this is Vernon Taylor. Hello, Vernon.
How are you guys?
We're good, man, and you?
I'm good.
Good.
Hey, first thing I want to show you guys is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a White Shepherd, Petite Pit, Rottweiler mix.
Uh-oh. Hey, Vernon, can you hear me? Vernon, your Skype froze up. Okay, let's go to the commercial and pay a bill, and we come back and try to get Vernon back.
Are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pit Bull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pit Bull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pit Bull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pit Bull Energy Drink. Pit Bull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pit Bull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pit Bull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
Hey, we're black. Okay, hey, I gotta apologize because the Skype dropped Vernon, and we're trying to get him back right now. But in the meantime, thank you, Deidre from Pin Up for Pit Bulls, because she sent us a care package, so we got Pin Up for Pit Bull calendars and T-shirts, and Danny and Chris have theirs. Okay, and I was so concerned with bringing them theirs, I left mine at home. So next week is going to be Pin Up for Pit Bulls T-shirt week, and so everybody in the house will be wearing their T-shirts.
That's right.
You know, so if you don't have a calendar for this year already, or even if you do, go to the Facebook page and get you a Pin Up for Pit Bulls calendar, because it's a great way to keep track of what's going on in the year, you know. So, Rebecca,
Yes.
let's tell us about, you know, what you do in Rebecca's Enterprises and everything.
Okay, so I started rescuing basically pit bull puppies. A couple of years ago, I was doing transportation for another friend of mine's rescue organization, and I noticed she's more of a hound and terrier rescue. Mm-hmm. And I noticed going in just the state that the pit bulls were in, that they, first of all, were not being seen. Second of all, they were coming in just deplorable, situations. And then third of all, it's very difficult to adopt a pit bull, primarily because of breed-specific laws and legislation in insurance, homeowners insurance policies,
right.
As well as a lot of apartment complexes don't allow them. So that's, a contributor to why it's very difficult to get these dogs adopted. And the shelters, whether or not they're doing the best they can, I'm not an authority on. Mm-hmm. All I know is that when I was going in and doing these rescues, I think Lily Tomlin said it best. That's terrible. Someone should do something about that.
Right.
I should be that someone.
That's right.
I had that moment where I was just like, this is terrible. Someone should do something. And then I just said, you know what? I'm just going to start doing it. So I started Rebecca's Animal Rescue Enterprises a couple of years ago, and I predominantly deal with high abuse pit bull puppies.
Yeah.
I've had one that had a polluted rectum that kept getting looked over, and I rescued that one, and normally that's due to either environment or diet or stress. So once the environment and the stress were reduced, we got him on a good diet, and of course that medical condition went away, and he's been adopted out, and he's now
great.
a service dog and doing very well. His name is Crix, and there was another one that was a runt and tiny, had parvo, so I scooped that one up and got him adopted. Actually, one of the waitresses at one of the restaurants that I actually take the dogs to took that puppy. And then we have Aurora, and she was found in a trash can in Compton. And we just knew that if she was going to go to the shelter, that she probably was going to be put down pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
So I went and scooped her up. So she is partially paralyzed. Due to a partially developed spinal cord.
Oh, okay.
And so she can walk. It's just that after a while she either fatigues or it's sporadic,
Right.
and she'll be running and then she'll fall because it's a dotted line from her brain
Right.
down to her legs,
Right.
with the spinal cord being not so.
Yeah.
I grew up with that. Remember that guy we had on the show from San Diego that builds the
wheelchairs?
wheelchairs for
Yeah.
dogs and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe we could hook them up.
Well,
you
she
know?
rolled in here
Well,
with
I
one.
have
This
her
one sitting
wheelchair here. I
outside.
have to say, it's one of the better designs.
Uh-huh.
It before I got the wheelchair, she does aquatic therapy.
Yeah.
We do that through LAPO, Los Angeles Responsible Pit Bull Owners. They have
Oh.
obedience classes. They have swimming classes. Both my dogs do the LAPO classes.
Really?
And
We're supposed to
and
get
it's
them in.
great exercise. It helped develop the muscles in her hind legs. But then I went online and I found this wonderful wheelchair that actually it holds her steady, but she still has to use her back legs in order to propel the
To walk,
wheelchair
yeah,
along,
they help
so that we
the
don't lose
muscles.
any of her muscle mass.
Yeah, yeah.
So and in home, she does not. She doesn't wear it. She doesn't need it. She just scoots around. But when we go for pack walks, when we go for hikes, which she loves doing, she loves other dogs. She loves going hiking. It's difficult to keep her still, actually. So, but she's a puppy. She's a 7-month-old
Got a
puppy.
call. Oh, okay. Tell me this. I heard that accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Oh, okay.
In fact, when you and I spoke,
Uh-huh.
you called me. I was in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
Oh.
it's I too. We were speaking about mothers. My mum passed away a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And when we spoke was when I was first initially hearing of her illness.
Yeah.
And then she was gone in 6 months. So I've been coming and going and coming and going. And that's why adopting this little one is very, very important to me right now, because I want to make sure she gets into a good home. I still have to do a lot of going back and forth between Australia to take care of my mother's.
Do you find that the dogs give you some therapy as well, like help
Oh,
you
my
get through some of the
goodness.
tough times?
Let me just tell you, when I passed away, I was just in tears, and that both of them can pick up on that. And they were wonderful therapy because they don't leave you alone.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're both snuggle bugs, as you can see. She is such a snuggler. She loves to snuggle. And she's really good with, I would say probably not in a home with infants, because she is a puppy. And puppies tend to not know their boundaries.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other thing is, but she's good with other dogs and stuff like that. And she loves everyone. So sometimes that can be a bit of a nuisance too, because when you're walking her, she has to speak to everyone. And of course, not everyone likes dogs,
Right.
and not everyone likes pit bulls.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's tough sort of teaching her
We,
that she...
we said one of the things you do mostly with puppies, and one of the things that we've heard from animal trainers and people in the rescue community is that these types of dogs, like especially how cute they are when they are puppies, like people don't know the strength and the responsibility that they're going to need to take care of them when they become adults, and then that's part of the reason why a lot of them do wind up back in the shelters or get abandoned, because like they're
They didn't get their structure in the beginning.
they look so super cute and cuddly like when they're little or whatever, and they're still cute and cuddly when they're big, but they're very powerful and they're working dogs, and they need to be with people that can respect and honor their some of their qualities.
You are so right. And some people approach me and say, I'm interested in getting a pit bull. And then when I learn their circumstances, I actually say, you know what, I don't
it
think
might
a
not
pit
be a
bull
fit for
would be a
everybody.
good fit. And there was another pit bull that I rescued. He was 10 months old, and he was a puppy, but because he had not received a single day of training,
Yeah.
he was out of control.
Yeah.
And I got him into the LAPO classes once again. That was Blue. And then we actually got him adopted out to my very good friend Shelley Cox out in Alabama. And he's in a really good home now, and not as bouncing off the walls as he was. I cannot stress getting training for your pit bull puppy.
That's right.
I can't stress it enough. It's very, very important. And I highly recommend the LAPO classes. They're $15 for 2 hours. That's $7.50 an hour. I don't know any cheaper training than that.
Right.
And you don't have to have a pit bull to join the classes. We don't discriminate. You can have any breed of dog.
Times are tough for everybody out there, so you might have one of those little shallow plastic pools and just put it out in the front yard and roll around with your dog. Get them a little water slide or something.
I was going to say, you're so right, Danny. The training is, especially for this breed of dog, they really must have it.
Yeah.
And so all my puppies are. They have good medical. They're all up to date on their shots. They're spayed or neutered, and they've received training.
Wonderful.
Right.
And then that's when they go out, and that's when I find them,
Yeah.
new homes when they're ready to go.
Well, we'll try to get that bad boy a home.
Bad girl.
And you'll be here with us. So Chris has got.
I think we got Vernon back
Vernon back?
online, so we want to hear
Vernon,
about this dog whisperer.
Vernon, you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey,
good.
And
sorry
as you-
about that.
As you know, well, Foster, old men shouldn't touch computers.
Well, that's why Danny and Chris keep me away from it.
Blame it on the dogs. Those are some of the good, funny things you can blame on dogs.
So talk to us, brother. Tell us about your organization and what you're doing, man.
Okay, well, you can't see it, but right now I've got my Rottweiler mix Petey here, a white German Shepherd, Sadie, my mini pit, Diamond, my Bloodhound, Henry, my Cane Corso Mastiff, and Pyrenees. And I just wanted everybody to see that because those are the breeds that say don't get along with other dogs, etc.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing. It's all in the person that owns them, huh?
It's all about the person. Yep. It's and you guys I caught your training conversation there. It's very important with any breed to start socialization early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And any type of training is good training. But you got to start them young. It's like you said, a lot of the behaviors that I have to correct are the play behaviors that they started because they were cute and cuddly.
Yeah.
And those turned out to be, lunging at you, biting at your hand for a treat, etc. But it's very important that every breed goes through this. I know you guys are pit bull guys, and so am I, because I do not believe in putting dogs down. Every dog can be saved,
Right.
can be rehabilitated. But you just got to start early, and that goes down to a Chihuahua. If you don't start earlier and you just keep picking that dog up, all you're doing is just telling it it's okay to be a crazy little dog.
Yeah, right.
So training is so important, at that young age. Right when you get them, they gotta learn, the rules of your household.
So Vernon, how did you get started? Usually when we hear like the term a dog whisperer, it implies that they have some unique ability to communicate with dogs that maybe other people might not. But could you tell us just a little bit about how you got started and what you feel are some of the qualities that make you do so well with these animals?
Well, I've been doing this for a long time. I used to do probably typical story. Started out doing it for friends, then starting out doing it for friends, and then it turned into a part-time fun thing for me. And just last year in December, I quit my full-time job, and all I do now is help dogs in distress and owners. What was your other question?
I was just asking, are there things that you feel are kind of unique to you or your personality that you feel allow you to communicate with these dogs in ways that are either really pertinent or, perhaps unique?
Yeah. I think most of my clients can tell you that I don't really speak to dogs because it's really not necessary. I use their name continuously so that they always come to me for love and affection. That's the recall word, as opposed to come here. I can just, I don't know, I guess it's a natural ability that I've always had, but I can read dogs. I can tell what's getting ready to happen. And if I struggle with something like that, then I'll take one of my dogs with me and they will help me determine what's wrong with that animal.
Wow.
But my success is from strictly doing home sessions. Okay, the only way to show a dog what the rules are in your house is to do it at your house. You can send the dog out for training to somebody for 2 weeks and then supposedly they're trained, but when they get back to your house,
Right.
Everything's back to normal.
Yeah.
So that's why I strictly do home sessions. I like to do group sessions for rescues and shelters. But my ability is more, I just create calm. You know, like I've got 6 dogs in here and I've got 2 outside the door that wouldn't fit in this little room. But you don't hear anything, you know, it's because my dogs know that to be calm is to be happy.
Hey, I got some people's little grandchildren and little babies. I need you to come out here and work. If you could apply some of those skills to some humans, I got some people out here with some bad kids that we'd love to have you work with.
So, is that
a lot of people ask me if I work with kids, and to be honest with you, I do. I don't mind having kids along with me on sessions, or making the kid in the household doing all the work when we do the session, especially the walks, which are the most important part of a dog's life, is the walk. And I love it when the kids get involved, because it kind of changes their demeanor. They go from I got nothing to do but play video games. Well, I'll go out here and play with my dog. I'll take my dog for a walk because I have him under control, and he's not going to pull me down the street. So now I can love my dog, and to see that in a child's eyes is just amazing.
Right, Vernon, tell me, what's the situation in Indiana? With pit bulls, where's some of the problems? Let everybody know that, and some of the good and the bad that you see happening there in your community.
Well, it's the same thing that you see everywhere. You've got people stealing dogs for bait dogs. You've got pit bull fighting rings all over the place. There was actually a rescue, I guess, that we turned in that was rescuing pit bulls, but that turned out to be a fighting ring.
Sacrilegious.
So there's crazy shit all over the place, and I can say this because I'm on your show, right?
Exactly. Please.
All right. Yeah, when it comes to pit bulls, they are probably one of the breeds that I have to work with less, okay? Because people who own pit bulls generally know what they're getting into, okay? They know they got to socialize right away. They know they got to get respect out of the animal, because if they don't, when they turn 7 to 8 months old, a year old, and they're out of control, and they say, they start asking the question why. Well, there is no why. Just stop the behavior. Create the dog that you want from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Don't wait until the puppy gets to be about 80 pounds and decide it's time to start training.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, because I hate to hear, because, we have guests on here, and in some states we heard, the pit bull fighting is going down, I mean, do you see that to be the case in Indiana, in your area?
To be honest with you, no, I don't.
Now, you're close to what city? What's the major city?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we're going to be trying to get on the road, man, to promote, the Breeder X series that we got coming. And we'd be more than happy to stop by, your place and your area. And if we can help bring awareness to, the dog fighting problem, and, and help raise any kind of, money for, Danny and my dog Gripper take pictures with people, because I don't want to break anybody's camera. But, whatever we can do to, help the cause, man, we'll be more than happy to do that.
Yeah, Vernon, if you could, please tell everybody where they can get in contact with you so they can send you some support if maybe they're in your area and they'd like to have some of their dogs worked on. Could you just tell us where they can get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can call me at 317-285-9610. And they can go to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Indy Dog Whisperer, Indy, I-N-D-Y.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Vernon, you got to...
I want to tell you guys that I travel anywhere, okay?
Oh,
I'll
that's
go anywhere
good.
for a dog. And I don't know if you look at my Facebook page, but if there's an emergency case, I will be on it like flies on crap. So
great.
Especially when it has to do with children and I got to tell you another thing. My favorite dog to work with or to bring out of is fear. Okay, fearful dogs. That's another thing that's created from puppyhood. You know, if the dog's in fear, the humans don't know how to read that. So they just keep showing affection to it for the rest of their life. And then I've taken dogs out of fear that are 12, 13 years old. Wow. You know, and it's a simple process, takes about a half an hour. And there again, you just have to know you have to read into the dog. You have to show him that what he's fearing, he doesn't have to fear anymore.
Right.
And it's so simple. It's so simple. And those are the ones that really get you in trouble because the fearful biters, you know,
Absolutely.
Those are the ones you never see coming.
Absolutely.
So anybody who's got a dog that constantly tucks its tail or like a Rottweiler, for example, with the stub, you know, watch that tail. If that tail is tight inside, that means he could be in a fearful state. So, you know, we don't want to show affection to that. We want to help them get out of their fear. Nobody should live in fear, just like humans. But
that's right.
You know, we're going to live in fear for the rest of our lives, apparently.
I know.
But,
and it's the same.
You know, I have 8 dogs. I got another Pier and a Newfoundland mix that I just rescued that I couldn't fit in the room. And I have 3 cats, and everybody gets along. And, you know, that's the kind of question you have to ask yourself. If dogs and cats and, you know, any other kind of animal can get along, what the hell is wrong with us?
That's right. Well, our problem is we have choice, and we always make the bad ones. So, Vernon, we gotta jump and pay some bills, and I gotta get Paula on here and Fred Cray. With the what's going on legally. So, buddy, we're gonna talk back to you. We want you back, and if you got some video that we could play, you know, that shows some simple things that people can do, you know, send that to us, and we'll put that up and just to help educate these humans, man.
Okay, great. I liked your show, guys.
Thank
a
you,
lot.
man.
Thanks,
Thank you
Vernon.
so
Take
much,
care.
and we'll see you again.
We'll be right back. You guys are watching Conversation with a Pitbull Live, and we're going to go pay some bills from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pitbull Energy Drink. Available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
The best dog to reportedly attract a date is a golden retriever. The worst is a pit bull. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
All right. We're back, and I don't know who. Do we have someone on the Skype?
We're going to try to get Lobo down in Australia to chime in. He's an artist, correct?
Yeah, excellent artist, man. I mean, I wish I had some money. You know, I could buy some art
or some street chalk. Or something.
His stuff. Is he there?
He's an artist, correct?
Turn your sound down. Turn your speaker sound down there, Lobo.
You know, I could buy some street chalk.
Yeah,
we're getting.
Is he there?
We're getting feedback. Turn your sound down.
Turn your sound down. Turn your.
There you go.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. I can hear it. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who's that you got with you in the back there?
This is Angel. That's my my German Shepherd.
Oh wow.
3 years old.
That's right.
Hey, so how's the weather down there, first of all?
It's 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, 3 a.m. in the morning. Then, oh, well,
Yeah,
that's good.
That's commitment right there.
Then turn that volume up. Let's wake your neighbors up, man. So you know how we do. Hey, we've got a fellow Aussie in the house with us today, Rebecca. You know Rebecca? You guys,
not all Australians know everyone else.
Wait a minute.
That's not how it works.
Right. Because it's like you know how it used to be when somebody say, "Oh, I got a black friend I went to school with, Johnny. Do you know Johnny?"
Yeah,
I love that.
That does happen to us here, but I don't know every Australian.
Exactly.
So Lobo, tell us a little bit about what you do down there, buddy.
Yeah, so basically, I'm studying veterinary, but I'm also an artist. Like I've been drawing since I was little. So, and I draw animals, so it kind of ties in. So last year, I think it was 2013, I actually started putting my work, sharing my work with the world, like putting it online. And I did like a thing where I was doing a picture every single day, and I kind of got attention after I did one of, there was a shelter dog that I saw, because I was drawing wolves and big cats and stuff like that, and I saw people always share shelter dogs, and I saw this shelter dog called Brutus, and I wanted to draw his picture because it kind of it was very emotional. So after that, I kind of got in touch with the dog rescue community, and it just, and that's how it led to me being on this show. And everything kind of just came from that. Yeah, and that picture there that you can see, that's a pit bull called Kanoa. She had she was a rescue from the States, and she had like a disability, and that's another one that was that's a white shepherd. I think, pretty sure that one got rescued, but these are all dogs on death row that I was drawing, and those ones are the ones that I wanted to those ones are the ones that I wanted to find a way to give back to the dogs that are actually in the situation that they need financial aid for rescue. Yeah. By selling the pictures, and the proceeds going to a rescue that works with those type of dogs.
That's mighty
I'm
commendable.
Still working on that.
That's commendable.
Appreciate any help
hey, brother, that's
in regards
commendable
to that.
of you. Now in looking at your art, man, I see that you do a lot of wolves and tigers, man. And is that a passion of yours?
Yeah, I love wolves. I've loved wolves since I was 4 years old, and that's just been something that's stayed with me, and it's just something that I'm drawn to. I feel also the wolf totem. My totem animal from birth is a wolf, which I just found out last year, which is pretty cool. But I'm drawn to wolves. They're my favorite animal.
Right. Well, it's always a blessing to recognize your passion, because once you know it, it makes a wonderful thing. Rebecca, you got any questions?
Yeah. There's not many wolves in Australia.
Yeah, I was like, man, I haven't really been studying my encyclopedias lately, but that doesn't seem like an animal that just pops up out to me when I think of Australia. How'd you get into that? Somebody give you a coloring book or?
No, when I was, I'm not sure. When I was little, I saw a German Shepherd walk, that lived down the road, and I think he was a free roaming one. Or he had a home, but he just would walk around in the neighborhood, which is probably not the best thing to do. That was when I was little, and then that made me obsessed with German Shepherds, and I wanted a German Shepherd, and I saw this movie on TV called Call of the Wild, and it had a German Shepherd, and it was leading a pack of wolves. And from then on, wolves have been, those two went hand in hand. And it's just, I've been obsessed with wolves ever since.
That's right. Tell me some of the things that you've learned as a result of dealing with some of the rescues down there. Because a lot of times it might be similar to how I am just as a filmmaker. Once you immerse yourself creatively into a world that's doing like real work to help people, you start learning a couple things. Like, have you learned some things just by virtue of dealing with some of the animal rescues down there in Australia?
Yeah, I've learned quite a lot in terms of, well, there's like, they kind of divide themselves into two entities, kind of. There's the profession, like, not, I wouldn't say, there's like the corporate, the companies, and then the independent rescues, which are run by people who take mainly out of pounds and kill shelters. And like through uni, like I've done placement at the corporate type ones, which are the big companies, and they get all the donations, and they do most of like the media work and stuff like that. And then I've seen how there's kind of like, I don't know, there's kind of a rift between the two. Like, they don't work together, and if they did work together, I think a lot more dogs would have been saved, because a lot of the bigger groups also don't tend to be no kill, and they do good work. It's just, I think there's a lot of resources at hand from the volunteers and the independent organisations, and I think that's a base that those big companies ignore at the peril of the dogs. I think, it would be good to see them all working together.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we do this show, is to try to bring some harmony with the groups and people that are on the front lines. I think that it's exactly what you said. Sometimes the larger organizations, they have the infrastructure to be able to do some things, but they also sometimes overshadow or don't open up doors for the younger or the individual independent people to be able to help do the things. But sometimes they'll put on like larger events that are kind of like where they can bring in some of the corporate sponsors and then really kick open the doors for independent rescues and stuff, which is always an awesome thing. But Lobo, tell them where they can get at you. Where can people check out some of your artwork? Where can people perhaps purchase some of your stuff to help raise some money and whatnot?
Mainly my Facebook page, Lobo Reincarnated Artist Niner, and then the links are all on there to the store where they can purchase work. With those pictures that I showed you of the shelter dogs, I was hoping to reach out, because mainly in terms of the rescue groups that I've come into contact with via my artwork, have mainly been from the States, whereas the ones that I've known through uni and stuff are more Australian. So the dogs that are in the pictures, well, any group pretty much I'm happy to work with. But obviously, if my fan, like, if there's more of the interest in my artwork in the States, it would be easier to auction off pictures for those numbers to go back to the dogs. Yeah. So I was hoping to reach out to any rescue groups that were willing, that wanted to, or were holding any charity auctions or whatever, so I can give some of my work, the shelter dog work especially, to We'll definitely plug you up with
the organizations that we work out here. I mean, your artwork is amazing, brother, and it's awesome. As you can see, even with the internet, the space between us is actually pretty small now. So we're gonna work with getting you hooked up with some organizations out here and let them see your work and help raise some money for these dogs, man. I want to thank you. Well, we want to thank you for touching down and sharing your time with us and your artwork. We're gonna have you back on the show as soon as we can, and keep up the good work, okay?
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for reaching out, and thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, man.
Appreciate it.
We'll have you back. And when you get to L.A., please let us know so you can come on.
And we're gonna go pay some bills real quick, and we'll be right back. You guys are watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live.
Hey, Are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
All right, we're back. Thanks to Lobo down there in Australia. That's kind of cool. He got 2 Aussies in the house.
That's right.
Like joining us and putting it down, you know what I mean? He had a cool shepherd dog back there behind him, too.
Yeah.
Like you see, that was a pretty looking dog. Angel, I think her name was.
Yeah.
There's a real quick before we get to Paula and Fred. There's a news story about a shepherd dog up in Oregon who helped find an autistic baby. Like the police, just this baby somehow ran out into the woods or whatever, and everybody was like, dude, like where the hell is this baby at?
Right.
And they had this canine unit. This dog, his name is Maverick. Went out and they just set it on the ground. He went out and found this autistic boy and brought him back to safety and stuff. So shout out to Maverick and the canine units up there in Oregon Police. You know, you guys are doing your thing.
Yeah. Hey, Fred and Paula.
Yes.
Can we bring? I'm doing my psychic thing here. Are they there? God, I'm getting good with that. You know, how are you?
Good.
And
Hello,
we also
everybody.
got Fred. And we also got Fred on the line too.
Dr.
How you doing,
Cray,
Fred?
we're doing a double Skype here.
I see that.
So I imagine the first thing we should do is get into a quick 5 minutes of Paula telling us about these dogs so we can get some dogs adopted and then get back to Fred and let Fred take us out.
Sounds like a plan.
Go, Paula.
All right. First up, we have Muffin. Muffin is a shy, timid 2-year-old girl that did not like the camera, but after a few kind words, she crawled to us on her belly. She will steal your heart away once she warms up to you. Muffin is at Fort Worth, Texas. Her current status is urgent. They will kill for temperament of shy or timid. She is very adoptable. You can see her at Fort Worth Animal Care and Control. The hours for adoption are Sunday and Monday, 1 to 4 p.m., Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 6 p.m., and Saturday, noon to 5. Next up, we have Harley. Harley was on the show a couple of weeks ago with this first picture. Harley is 4 years old, 52 pounds, and spayed. Harley was adopted and returned the next day for not getting along with the adopter's dog. Now her record is tarnished. Here's a better picture of Harley. She is a very sweet, very kissy dog. She presses up to the kennel to receive affection. Please adopt her. She is running out of time. She has been at North Central Animal Shelter since January the 5th, and the shelter is located in Los Angeles. The phone number is 213-485-5767. And the third one we have today is Peaches. Meet Peaches. She is a beautiful and petite 38-pound red-nosed pit mix who is fun-loving. She is 12 months old. She is unfortunately heartworm positive, but don't let that deter you from adopting her. It is curable. She is almost finished with her treatment and will be ready for her new forever home around the end of May. Peaches is shy and reserved when she meets someone, but here at home she is a snuggle bug who thinks she's a kissy lap dog. Peaches is house trained, crate trained, obedient, and gentle, yet loves to run and play or just lay out and bask in the sun. She is spayed, up to date on shots, microchipped, and is currently on medicine for her heartworm treatment. This baby is ready for you to adopt her and show her what forever love is. She is located in Palm Coast, Florida with Safari Rescue. And you can email Joanne Perez62@gmail.com. Hit me up and I can give you that email address if you're interested. Next, we have Baby Girl. She is a sweet 2-year-old pit mix. She is very energetic and playful. Baby Girl needs a yard to run in and an experienced dog owner. She is a lover with a big personality. She is spayed, up to date on shots, and she is heartworm negative. Baby Girl is currently residing at Paws Rescue in St. Augustine, Florida. That number is 904-808-8456. Now we have Buster. Buster is strong on the outside but mushy on the inside. He gets his feelings hurt easily. He's even afraid of a vacuum cleaner. He is a big boy with an even bigger heart. Buster has incredible house manners and will not even climb on the furniture unless he is invited to do so. He is housebroken and he loves it when you sit on the floor beside him and rub his belly. He has good manners and understands the basic commands like sit, shake, and heel. He will even retrieve reliably. The Snugglebug perfect home would work with him to make sure he keeps giving his manners and give him plenty of exercise and keep encouraging him to be the wonderful addition to a forever home that he truly wants to be. Buster was rescued by Hearts of Gold Pit Rescue of Memphis, Tennessee. You can contact him at 901-491-2818. Now, Junior is our next one up. Junior was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He is now 911. Junior was in a temporary foster situation and was going to be returned yesterday to the kill shelter that he was pulled from. When a dog is returned in this manner, they go straight to the kill room upon arrival. We were lucky enough to buy him a little time, so JR needs a new foster home or a new forever home. Look at that face. Nothing but love. Can you help Junior live? Please email rescue@fultonanimalservices.com or call 404-613-9135 if you can help Junior. He's located in Atlanta, Georgia. And I have a very special announcement. Dogs from the previous show that are safe. Layla, Mona, Mia, Cecil, and Roscoe. Yeah. Now let's get Junior, Buster, Peaches, Baby Girl, Harley, and Muffin on the safe list by the next show. That's all I have this week.
I think we can do that.
All right. We saving lives right around here.
Hey, that's Paula. If you guys missed any of that information, hit her up on Facebook at Paws Pit Parade. And we should save some dogs because we can.
There you go. So, Fred Craig.
Yes, man.
How are you, sir?
I'm good as always.
Good. So tell us what's going on in the legal world of pit bulls.
Well, I think the big story this week was the turnout for the Pit Bull March. I think that 4,000, 4,500, 5,000 people were there. It was very well attended. It was a good vibe given out by all the speakers and the people that attended. I haven't heard anything negative happen. I think it was a great illustration of how much people care about their dogs, that they would buy a ticket to travel to Washington, D.C. to be involved in this event. So hats off to Rebecca Corey for, putting all the time and effort in to making this a great event. Frankly, it turned out, the turnout was more than I thought it would be. It got a lot of press, and I think it was a favorable, showing for the rest of the United States to see that people would, could get together peacefully and educationally talk about, why breed discriminatory laws don't work. So, I mean, I think that was the big news of the week. The other news was that Mickey, the dog, who was on a chain and a toddler walked over and took his bone out of his mouth and got injured, was given to the sheriff of the town he lives in, and will be working with inmates and so forth, and have a fairly good life, even though the threat of euthanasia was there. He's going to have a life with enrichment and people around him. So that's a great thing. And I also think the most amazing story that came out this week, it wasn't pit bull related, was a veterinarian who told some folks that were his owners that he needed to be euthanized. And I guess the people didn't want to be there when it happened. And he's kept the dog alive for, several months thereafter for blood transfusions. One of the workers at the place was quitting and called him up and said, "Hey, I want to tell you your dog is still alive and it's still at the vet." So they went over there and snuck in and got their dog back. And the dog now is fine. The vet is in trouble, which he ought to be. There's a hearing today about whether or not his license should be revoked. And now the people who own the dog are properly filing suit against the vet, saying, "How could you misrepresent this?" He said that the dog had a congenital back problem and needed to be put down, and then kept the dog for blood transfusions. So of all the things I've ever heard, that is one of the most outrageous.
Fred, I wanted to ask you, we're getting a little bit pressed for time, but about that Mickey situation. I didn't get a chance to really get into it last show, but there's this thing that they said is one of the conditions of this dog being allowed to go with the sheriff, and which is I think it's a no kill facility, but they were saying that one of the conditions is they got to defang this dog, and I'd never even heard of that as a punishment, much less a thing that they actually do. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
It's the only time I've ever heard of that. Well, that's the only time I've ever heard of that particular thing being done. The information that I have is that they're just filing down his two major canine teeth.
Oh.
So it's not like he'll be toothless. It's just that the two longest teeth will be filed down so that if he bites somebody, they won't puncture.
Is that generally right, is defanging generally like what is the consensus, or what is the general research that's done on that, like defanging as a as a process? Is it I wouldn't even want to say inhumane, but like it seems
I think it's never been done, so I don't think there's any research on it. I mean, I looked at all the dangerous dog cases across the United States in 2012 that were reported. None of them reported this as a condition or as a thing that was going to be done because a dog had bitten somebody. As far as I know, it's the first time I've ever heard of it. So I don't think there is any science behind it. I think it's a judge who's worried about puncturing and wants to quiet any criticism of letting the dog live. So she decided to allow that to happen. I guess the only thing you can say is that if the choice is death or your teeth being filed down, I think the teeth filing down would be your choice.
Yeah, well, it's a tragedy all around. I mean, no one likes to see, young kids, even if they're doing something wrong,
the child and the babysitter and the guy who chained his dog, not the dog.
Yeah. So, hey, we got 2 minutes left, and the one thing I did want to say, I just want to do a little correction, because one of the biggest thing that happened this week was I was on the Fred Craig Pitbull Legal Bulletin show.
That's right.
And so you guys can all tune into that. Go and catch the rebroadcast that's on the web, on Blog Talk Radio, on the Pitbull Legal Bulletin page, and listen to a recap of the Million Pitbull March, and a little bit, you can fast forward through my part too. So,
but Foster was as entertaining as always, and he kept his swearing to a minimum.
And I didn't even mean to,
Yeah.
you know. So the last thing, but before we wrap everything, guys, Rebecca's dog, go to Rebecca's Animal Rescue Enterprises on Facebook. You can see the dogs that she got. If you're in L.A., grab the dog. If you're not, we can arrange to get the dog to you wherever you may be in the world. And
tell the people out there, Rebecca, where they can find you, where they can get involved with what you're doing, or help some of these animals.
In addition to my Facebook page, you can also email me at rbccmrly@yahoo.com. And either email me or message me through Facebook. I'm on both regularly as I'm strapped to my computer for work. And yes, I will consider out-of-state adoption, but there's no fee for my dogs, but there is a strict screening process, as well as I ask that if anyone in addition to you is going to be taking care of the dogs, that they're present at the screening. And I also do home checks.
Okay.
And I also like to speak to any property manager or landlord if you don't own your home. And I actually look into whether or not their homeowner's insurance policy cover the breed.
Cool.
And unless all that is covered, then you don't.
That's super thorough. That's like trying to rent a car with just a debit card.
Yeah, I know.
They want utility bills and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That
Hey,
way
Fred,
there's
next
none
week,
of returning.
Fred, next week, brother, I want to hear about. Didn't you go down to Louisiana? And I want to hear about that case. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that, but
the case is going on.
The case is still going.
We're going to be filing. Yep, it's still going. We've talked to the lawyer for the town of New Lano. We're discussing, different options, but we're going to be filing some more paperwork on that probably this coming week, and we'll see where all that goes.
Cool. Well, Fred, and then we're going to talk about that next week. We got to get out of here. I want to say that Paula said that we were going to make an announcement this week, and we're going to do it next week. And it's pretty much the announcement is going to be about Breeder X. We're going to go for the 4th of July launch that week, but we're going to do a whole thing next week, and we'll talk about it. Fred, thank you once again. Paula.
Thank you, everybody that participated. Lobo and Vernon, you guys, thanks for joining the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching us. And thank you to our sponsors, Pitbull Energy Drink. If you don't have it in your area, definitely hit up the website and tell them you need some cases. You know what I'm saying?
Win that case, Fred Cray. Make us proud.
And go check out the Pit Bulletin Legal News on Blog Talk Radio. That's an awesome show, and they're doing their thing. And much love to our calendar.
That's right. We got causes around
Signed,
here.
Sealed, and delivered.
All right, bye.
I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message.